one thing to note is the way that they engineered that rear heater, it's just, honestly, it's a pain in the butt. I don't really like it at all. I wish this was a Jeep.
Once I can't fix this no more, I'll get a Jeep.
Hey, well, that's never going to happen because you're at Bubba's Garage. We can fix anything. Good afternoon, guys, and welcome to another episode of Bubba's Garage. Guys, today we are going to spend a little bit of time with Project Runway. We're actually putting in the radiator. If you saw in our previous episode, well, we had a lot of obstacles.
Yeah.
A lot of obstacles. And I mean a lot. But let me show you. So we have our new radiator shroud here, and we got the hoses in the radiator. And if you recall in our previous episode, we didn't need to replace the radiator supports because they came with the radiator. So today, if everything goes well, we'll actually install the radiator, as well as we'll get our heater valve splitter set up for the rear heat, and we might even start it. I think we might start it today.
Yeah.
That's a goal. Now we did disconnect the tranny lines on the bottom of the radiator, so we will need to add some more fluid for our transmission, but I don't have any, so you can't drive it today. But we are going to start it up nonetheless. So that is what we're going to do. Guys, welcome to another episode of Bubba's Garage.
Project Runway.
About 15 minutes. It's taking a really long time. It's time to take a break and have some water. Honestly, it's actually not that bad. This installation is going to go really quick. But if you notice, I have a piece of tape over the top of this. You know, funny thing is this dadgum shroud is brand new and it arrived with a dadgum crack right there. And honestly, I probably should have sent it back, but we got to get moving along. And in the end, it's not that bad. We got our tabs. We can put our bolts on. But maybe later on, one day, we'll replace it again. Probably should have sent it back. I ordered it from Amazon. Now we're going to hook up everything else on the radiator. We're going to start with the bottom hoses and work our way to the top. And if you noticed just moments ago, Shelby was cleaning up around the spigots here for the block. Well, and honestly, you know, it's probably a good idea to clean it up, because if you ever have to take it off, at least it will be cleaned up really good. Yeah. We're actually going to put antifreeze in this, but if we use any water, we're going to put pure RO water, because we have an RO system right here in Bubba's Garage, so that's what we're going to do, and that just keeps everything clean. To be honest with you, probably going to need another flush before too long anyway. Yeah. But winter is coming nonetheless. We got to get this thing wrapped up. You ready? Let's go. We need to clean this. This is for the transmission. Okay, so when you clean this, and you take that off, when you put this hose over that right here, right, and you see that little clip right here, way up here.
Oh yeah.
We gotta take this clamp, push it in, and then put it way up here after we get that on. Okay. right, guys, Radiator went in fairly well for the most part. Went into a couple of snafus, but then again, this would not be Bubba's Garage if everything went completely perfect. When we were replacing the radiator shroud, we found that this P-clip was missing. I don't know if that was because we lost it or if it wasn't on there. I just don't remember. So what I had to do is the transmission line that was running underneath there, I went ahead and zip tied that temporarily so we can do some research and see if we can't find the proper P-clip that goes in there.
Also,
Yeah, you're right. Go ahead. Tell them. Yeah.
make sure you get the right size hoses.
Yeah. It's about this new one was about an inch too short. Just about an inch. I mean, we struggled with it. We struggled stretching it out tried to get it to line up as much as possible, and it just didn't pan out.
Yeah.
It just didn't work out.
Yeah.
So be aware of that. Definitely check your hoses and all that good stuff. A lot of times they make the hoses a little bit longer so you can kind of trim them down a little bit if you need to. In this particular case, they made it a little bit too short and you couldn't stretch it out long enough. So in the end, that worked out. That's fine. We're going to reuse one of our other hoses for that so we can continue to move forward. Next up, we're going to hook up our T connector. As you met our previous episode, the T connector that we got was too big. So we ended up going to a local hardware shop and got the small connector, and that worked out fairly well. We got 2 additional hoses so that we can make things, line it all up. And this is the heater connection for
the radiator.
For the back.
The back of the radiator.
It's not the back of the radiator. It's for your passengers. It's so your passengers can stay nice and toasty. Alright guys, so we got our heater hoses hosed up. Honestly, that was kind of a booger bear and not really worth it for your rear passengers if you ask me. But in the end, we won. This is Odie. I mean, he's not going to care if it's toasty back there. He's always warm. So right now, we're going to go ahead and put some antifreeze in this thing and see if we can't get ready to start this thing up. But one thing to note is the way that they engineered that rear heater, it's just, honestly, it's a pain in the butt. I don't really like it at all. I wish this was a Jeep.
Once I can't fix this no more, I'll get a Jeep.
Okay. Well, that's never going to happen because you're at Bubba's Garage. We can fix anything. Dead end door now.
Good.
Okay, so the battery tender didn't work out, so we got to bring out the big guns. I'll put this battery on charge for a little bit and then we'll start it up. So hopefully that'll work out pretty well. I'm not sure if the battery tender, well, the battery could have been dead before I put the tender on it. I'm not really sure. Welcome to Bubba's Garage. All right, guys, we ran into a slight roadblock. Roadblock. It's kind of a big roadblock, another battery issue.
Yeah.
We run into a lot of battery issues around here because we have a lot of vehicles that sit, aka 4-wheeler, Dodge Neon, TJ, and now Project Runway. Guys, honestly, so put the battery charger on it, the big, huge monster jump starter basically says the battery has got 0.4 volts. So it's in bad shape. It's gonna need to get replaced, to be honest with you. But right now, I got the little charger on it, hoping to get a little bit of voltage.
Yeah.
If we can get a little bit of voltage on it, I'll put the big jump start on it. We'll get this thing fired up. But right now, it is what it is. It's going to be sitting there for a couple of hours. So I greatly apologize. But maybe in an upcoming video, we'll give you an update on that. Right now, it's going to be a little while.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little while.
Maybe a little bit.
I greatly apologize. Meanwhile, hey, check it out. Shelby, I don't know if you guys follow us on Facebook. Shelby actually painted these black and purple. This is the only one that she's done. She still has these to do. And this is just you know, her part of making it a Project Runway. So she's going
Yeah.
with black and purple. It'll be really interesting to see how the rest of that turns out. But nonetheless, this is where we're at today. Guys, if you like this video, do me a favor, give us a huge, huge, huge thumbs up. And if you really like this video and you want to stick around to find out what happens next, right here on Bubba's Garage,
And you know you do.
please subscribe. And until next time, we'll see you on the flip side. Good night, everybody.
Night.